Howdy y'all, NESHY Anctil here. Today I'm doing something different from my usual content, and I'm actually going to share my story. I want to keep it kind of laid back, so here's some footage of me playing Crystal Beast against my buddy Tony playing Cyber Dragon. So while you're enjoying that, I'm going to share. I grew up in a Christian household and my family was awesome. I liked playing games and I pretty much played every sport as a kid. Pretty sure everyone's parents made them do sports as a kid, but it works out. My family would go to church, and I didn't really like that as a kid, but I remember my aunt would take me to church when my parents couldn't, and she would share scripture with me. The thing is, my brothers and I actually enjoyed hanging out with our aunt and her two dogs, so eventually I liked going to my youth group every Sunday. In that, I got the gospel clarified for me when I was 10 years old, and I knew that I needed God's grace in my life and to go all in. So, as outlined in Romans 10:9, I confessed with my mouth that Jesus is Lord and believed in my heart that God raised him from the dead. And just like that, I was saved. I can't remember how I felt at the time since I was 10, but I'm sure it was awesome. But growing up, I was bullied and didn't really have a lot of friends, so I felt rejected and alone a lot of the time. My aunt moved away, so I stopped caring about church and wasn't really anchored in my faith. From the rejection that I felt from bullies and a girl that I wanted to date, I thought that I needed to gain respect from others by acting like I had it all together. So in high school, I inflated my ego and stopped caring what other people thought of me. I thought that a man was someone who had control over his life, was strong in the weight room, was popular, and had girlfriends. I became conceited and got involved in bodybuilding, the party scene, and even made my own rap songs to act like the big man on campus. My junior year, I was on the varsity football team, and I became a captain by the end of my senior year. But I had unhealthy relationships with women, and I believed that all of these things would make people respect me, because in reality, this all came from a place of rejection and loneliness. I allowed the world to shape who I was. I carried this attitude going into college, as I walked onto campus with an Oriental rice farmer hat, a stud muffin t-shirt, and a huge ego. During welcome week, one of the guys at the tables reached out to me and said, "Hey man, are you looking to grow this semester?" I thought that he was talking about my height, so I went, "Yeah, I hope so." And the guy said, "Great, we're part of this church that's just off campus. If you want, you could put down your name and number and one of our guys will reach out to you." I was a little thrown off because I wasn't really thinking about church in college, but out of courtesy I said, "Okay." I put down my name and number and walked away. A day or two later, one of the campus ministers reached out to me about a worship night that they were doing. I didn't really have anything going on, so I went and that night, and I was just completely blown away by seeing college students on fire for God. I ended up joining a small group, and there I was able to really dive into the Bible with some trusted brothers. I learned how to really live the Christian life, and how the life I was living at the time was actually in sin. In particular, the deeds of the flesh in Galatians 5 really outlined that for me. From there, I got baptized and cut away my old self, and I started noticing big changes in my life. I broke up with my girlfriend and started treating women with respect. I went on a mission trip with my church, and I got to experience firsthand how to be others focused and live on mission. I replaced the rap songs on my phone with worship music, and that's made me much more patient. From there, I used my God-given talents to serve my church on the production team. Now, I have a heart of humility and live to serve God and others in everything that I do. That summer, in 2017, I met my friend Tony, who I'm actually playing against in this video, and he brought me back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I played the game in 2012 with Crystal Beast, of course, and so I started playing again that summer with all my friends. That was the True Draco Zoo format, so not a great format to come back into the game, but I got to play Masterpiece in Crystal Beast, so it wasn't too bad. I wanted to play the game competitively, so I tried to innovate my favorite deck in any way that I could. Especially after the crazy support, bridge, and bond came out, I did the nuttiest things and came up with the Rainbow Ruins lock. I got my first local tops with the deck, and Tony would even go on to say that I was the best Crystal Beast player. I knew I wanted to give the deck its first premier top. Fast forward a bit to 2019. I was actually clinically dead. Due to a complication with the surgery I was having, my heart stopped. and I actually coded twice. Thankfully, I'm able to say that I'm here today, but through that, I realized there are a lot of things I want to do before I leave this earth. So a week later, I made the Crystal Promise video on this channel, and that's where I started documenting my crystal journey. That's my story so far. Yassine got me on Team Samurai's channel, and I got to collab with some amazing players and creators like Shannon Long, Yassine, Legacy Crusaders, and Duelist Academy. It's been awesome so far getting to meet new people and impact lives, and I'm blessed to reach 500 subs, so thank you for your support, and I hope that you got something meaningful out of my story. If my story has impacted you in any way, shoot me a DM on Facebook or Twitter, and let me know how I can be praying for you. Thank you for making it this far in this video, and if you made it this far, comment below your favorite Bible verse. Make sure to subscribe because the next video is back on the crystal content. I'll see you on the next one.